Now, during the early stages of the pandemic, with people stuck at home, many of us discovered new hobbies and interests. Some took up gardening, some built things. NBC Bay Area's Rosato Jr. shows us how one San Francisco man found something to lift his spirits.
I just needed something to do. My girlfriend's working from home.
We're living in what can feel like a bubble.
We live in a really tough time right now in this country, you know what I mean?
A time that's inspired some to seek something new.
I studied the science of bubbles.
When the pandemic first emptied streets and disrupted our normal lives back in March of 2020,
You never know.
Kurth Reese discovered a passion as light as air.
And I was just addicted to wanting to make bubbles. I don't know why. It was 4 days into COVID, and I've been doing it every day, 7 days a week, 15 hours a day.
Reese's new life began with a bucket of soap, some string attached to sticks,
Have a great day.
and a simple vision.
And the main goal was, what can I do to put a smile on somebody's face?
To do that, he wanders through San Francisco each day, creating his floating art.
I never knew myself as an artist, man, but I have people out there saying, Kurt, you're an artist. You can't sell your prints or nothing like that, but what you do for people is you create a memory.
I love the Bubble Man. He's marvelous. It brings a little light and happiness and joy.
Thank you. This was not on the bucket list. I could have never told anybody that I was going to be doing bubbles. I would have said, you're crazy.
Reese says the solution to making big bubbles is all in the solution, which he makes up himself.
Well, it's a science. There's a lot of factors that go into doing big bubbles. Nighttime bubbles are the most awesomest bubbles. You should come up to Grace Cathedral tonight when I do them. And I believe that I've saved countless lives of people, that had seen my bubbles and came up and talked to me and said, hey, if I hadn't seen your bubbles today, I don't know what.
In some ways, Reese's bubbles saved his own life.
This is my give back. I wasn't always a nice guy. I've been like 15 years in prison. Like I said, I wasn't a nice guy.
And so now, every bubble he releases is filled with the molecules of redemption.
It's awesome just watching all the people smiling and running after the bubbles.
It's magical.
I've never found anything in my 50 years that I love, and I can honestly say that I love doing bubbles.
Through tips and party bookings, Reese is making a living from his bubbles.
I think this is going to be my life. When I'm 120, I'll still be doing bubbles.
Amazing.
Surrounded by bubbles and smiles, Reese now sees these heavy times as weightless. Joe Rosato Jr.
I'm just a bubble guy, man.
NBC Bay Area News.